Nick.
Hi, everybody. My name is Nik Bonaddio. First things first, I'd like to thank Matt Turck and Siobhan and everyone from Bloomberg for allowing me the presentation. I'm honored to be with such great companies, so it's a pleasure meeting you all. My name is Nik Bonaddio. I'm the CEO and founder of numberFire. numberFire is the next generation sports analytics platform, but for those of us who enjoy the X of Y comparables, you can think of us as the 538 for sports. I like to make it relatively topical, so I just start from there. So one of the things about sports is that sports is all about numbers. Everything that happens in sports, whether it's a baseball play or basketball play, sports are about numbers. Each event that happens in a game is a recorded event. It's a data point. But the problem is sites like ESPN, all the different content sites that relate about sports, they don't talk about it in quantitative terms. This is an actual screenshot from ESPN from earlier today, featuring the brilliant insight of, I just don't like him this week. It's as simple as that. And so for someone like me who requires ESPN and other people's knowledge to help me in my fantasy football game, data like that just doesn't really help me. So to solve that problem, I built numberFire. So the first things first, in the sports world, to do what we do, the first thing we have to do is understand what really happened in a given game of sports. So using NFL as an example, last night the Bears played the San Francisco 49ers in Monday Night Football. And this is an example play that happened early in the first quarter. Colin Kaepernick completed a pass to Vernon Davis for 12 yards. And now what we do is internally, we take that information in. This information comes to us straight from the NFL, and we apply a Markov chain to it. A Markov chain is a mathematical process which essentially maps a finite series of transitional events. And what we do to it is we look at when this play occurred, how did it affect the expected points that the 49ers are supposed to score? So before this play happened, they were expected to score 3.13 points. This is a function of where they were at, 2nd and 9 on Chicago's 35. But after they completed the pass, now they're on the first down on the 27. This increases their expected points to 4.41, which means that net play had a net efficiency of 0.18 expected points. Now, if you want to understand how good these players are, we attach that efficiency to Colin Kaepernick and Vernon Davis because they're the two protagonists that are involved in that play. Now, taking all that information internally, this tells a lot more about what happened in the game than just looking at yards or receptions or any of the traditional statistics. Any traditional statistic is going to be naturally misleading because it doesn't take into effect how good the defense was, the situation of the game, the weather of the game, and so on. So I've wanted to move that one step forward and figure out what is Tom Brady going to do on Thursday when he plays the Jets. Now, Tom Brady, his metrics, he's got a really great, strong net efficiency passing and a moderately weak net efficiency when it comes to running. Now, given these metrics, we find historically he's got three very strong comparables moving back all the way back into the 80s. Phillip Rivers, Dan Marino, and Dan Fouts. We assign a similarity score based on how similar their advanced metrics are, not using just things like passing yards or passing attempts, but the true net efficiency, i.e. the amount of effect they have on the outcomes of games. Once we have that information, now we extrapolate into three larger data sets. Because not only do we have the similarities of Tom Brady, we also have the similarities of the New England offense and the Jets defense. Historically speaking, we're comparing these three entities to millions of rows historically and looking at the very specific data points in which the strongest match of the union exists. That allows us to create a very, very highly scientific projection of what Tom Brady is going to do against the Jets. So if anyone here is a Jets fan, I have some bad news. He's going to throw about 300 yards and 3 touchdowns against you guys. So that's bad news for you guys. So who cares about this information? Well, a lot of people do. Bill Simmons cares about it because when he's writing an article, he wants to reach out to his users. He wants to talk about the sports in different language than every other writer does. If you're Tom Coughlin, the coach of the Giants, this information is critical to make smarter personnel decisions, smarter play calls, run your team more efficiently. It's interesting to someone like Al Michaels because as the game's going on, imagine how cool it would be to say, oh, well, the expected points in this drive just went from 3 to 4, or the Giants are more likely to pass in third down in this situation versus another. All this kind of information can be calculated in real time only if you're looking at the data in the correct way. And the information is valuable to me because I want to win my fantasy league, and I want to beat my friends, and that's the reason why I started the company. I'm Nik Bonaddio. Thank you.